Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of At the Movies. This is the second episode that I'm reviewing for Band of Brothers. So this is Day of Days, and this takes place right after the first episode, where they're going to be dropped into Normandy, and they're behind enemy lines, and it gets a little bit like more real. Because what I liked about this episode is you really saw the realities of war, very similar to Saving Private Ryan. Like they're all learning about like training, jumping out of an airplane, but it's not as like easy as like what it is whenever you're learning how to do all that stuff. You know, they really showcase a lot of the gray stuff in this episode. So I really like this episode. I like probably like I like most of the episodes until the last episode. It's just, it just feels like it's kind of dragging out a little bit, but I still like all of them. But this is really interesting because you get to see Damian Lewis is taking the forefront and he's mentoring like a soldier, and but they get into a firefight and things happen, you know, and you really get to see a lot more. You get to see the camaraderie between the soldiers and why it's called Band of Brothers. That's what's great about this. You see the camaraderie of the soldiers and how close they were at this time in history. So I mean, you get to see McDonough and how he's like a commander. He's like the number two, and then of course. Uh, uh, yeah, what's his name from Office Space, you know, um, because he's like the intelligence officer. It's a great, like, well filmed. The cinematography is great. I wonder. I'm kind of curious if they shot this on a set, but because a lot of it looks real. That's what I love about some of these series. Like, even though some of it is shot on like sets, but then some of these look, where they're filming just looks real. It looks like they were actually filmed on location, but I'm pretty sure they shot most of this in London, in like a set in England. So from what I've like heard from other interviews, but this is really, I think you'll really like it. If you watch this show, watch this second episode, I think you'll really enjoy it. And just looking at the history, and there's a montage at the very end, it's really great. So I hope you enjoy it.